Think about the positive, not about the work. A lot of times in life, I think about how hard something is before I actually like do it simply because I feel like the work is just something I just don't want to do. And that causes me to be lazy. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm human. There's been times where I've been super lazy and I didn't feel like doing anything and I didn't do anything. But there's been times where I'm like, you know what, if I just put this work in right now, the benefits I'm gonna reap from this, you know what I'm saying, is crazy good. Like you gotta think about how, okay, bet. Instead of focusing on the work you got to put in, think about the benefits, think about the payoff, right? So if you're saying, oh, you want to pass a test, and you're like, oh, I don't feel like studying. But the thing is, if you pass the test, you get a good grade. And, depending on what that test is, it can unlock doors for you. You know what I'm saying? So, or even not even a test, it could be just getting up and going to work. It could be trying to work on yourself, become a better version of yourself, whether it's, oh, I need to go to the gym. Okay, bet. I need to go to the gym for 30 minutes out the day, 4 days out the week, right? So that's the 2 hours out your whole week. It's 24 hours in a day. 7 times 24. Man, I don't know. You can do the math. It's like 200 something hours in a week, I think. If I'm wrong, whatever, cool. Y'all can do the math. I don't care. But just thinking like, dang, if I take 30 minutes out of my day, 4 days out the week, and focus on a certain workout, I can see results in my body, right? And in your head, you might be like, bro, I don't want to do it. I don't want to put the work in for 30 minutes. But the thing is, though, your desired outcome, that body you want, you know what I'm saying? The bigger biceps, the bigger abs, the stronger core, the nicer legs, nicer calf muscles, the better mobility. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't be stretching. I don't stretch as much as I need to stretch, but, bro, when you stretch, your body feels a lot better, bro. And stretching makes you more able to, like, it makes you more flexible, and I think it keeps you less injury prone because your body's more fluid, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm talking about, stretching or whatever in this video. I'm talking about seeing laziness differently, you know what I'm saying? Like, focus on the outcome, right? So, boom, another example would be a woman who has a child, right? The first time she has a kid, she's like, oh, the pain is so hard to bear because, childbirth, that pain is like one of the top pains in the world to go through, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is about that, like, say that she has a child, right? You're bringing a whole new creation into this world, right? She has a baby, all right, cool. Maybe a year or two down the line, she gets pregnant again and has another child, right? Now, of course, you would think she just put herself through so much pain the first time having her first kid. Why would she want to do it again? But then you realize, like, hold on. That pain that she has to go through during that time doesn't compare to the joy of having a family. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't compare to being able to come home and having somebody that came from you, that looks like you, that walks, talks, breathes, acts like you, being excited to see you and like relying and depending on you. You know what I'm saying? So of course somebody would be like, oh, like the pain you got to go through, but like on the outside, not the outside, the outcome is you have a family. You got somebody who loves you, who depends on you, who wants to see you, who looks forward to seeing you. You know what I'm saying? And the world needs that, because if we have more people who thought like, oh, the pain of having a child is so bad, I don't want to have kids, bro, there's a chance that you wouldn't even been here. There's a chance that I wouldn't have even been here. There would be less people on earth. And I wouldn't call that laziness, but it's like you focusing too much on like the work you got to put in more than the actual outcome. When in reality, you got to put the outcome first. Because if you say, oh, it's going to be so hard to do this, bro, you're losing half the battle right there. Half the battle is mental. Half the battle is you saying, you know what, this is something that I want to do and I'm going to accomplish it. Once you got it made up in your mind, you want to do something, you can do something, you already halfway there. You just got to put the work in, the physical. You know what I'm saying? You got to change your mentality to change your reality. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, my advice to you is whenever you're feeling lazy, whenever you feel like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, stop focusing on the work, bro. Stop focusing on the work. Just think about the outcome. Because you never know what's on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something that has positive benefits. Like, you might get that result, but then also it might compound into something else. Like, you never know what opportunities might come. You never know what skills you might obtain. You never know what networking, you know what I'm saying, like, might come about from that, bro. So, man, that's just a way for you to see laziness in a different light, bro. It's all about perspective, perception, and just a mindset change, bro. You know, and if this resonated with you, if you liked the video, leave me a comment, subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And y'all know I love this. You know, I'm going to be back with more videos. Y'all take that piece of advice and run with it, because I know I am. Peace.